Hey, hello YouTube, welcome to this week's video where I will be doing some bit of winter camp preparations, or rather winter season preparations. And on the top of the list is to reinstall my rooftop tent on top of my vehicle. I took it down because it was summer, and summer here is a bit scorchy, so it's pointless of having it on top of the car because it's just gonna be weighing down the car and I'm not using it. So I took it down, and well, unfortunately I didn't show you the video of me taking it down. And so today I decided I'm gonna take a video of me putting it back up, and just to this is it. Well, this is part of like my workshop area where I've been working, and so it's covered in there, so it's all covered from the weather. But this is not where I was storing it. It was stored in a nice safe place. I just took it out and then I just brought it out here. So for what we're gonna need for this install is some of this gear that we've got here. I know it might look a little bit daunting, but yeah, I promise you I'm gonna use, well, not all of it, but pretty much most of it. So I'm gonna be doing a pulley system, okay? So I'm gonna bring the vehicle here, I'm gonna park it here, and then I'm gonna use these barrels as well for something else completely different, but you will see if you just stay with me on the video, okay? So there's gonna be some bit of skillful driving as well, because I'm gonna need to reverse this vehicle into this space here. All right, as you can see, it's gonna be a little tight fit. All right, and then what I'm gonna use is that point there as my anchor point and my pulley system, and then I'm gonna hoist the rooftop tent from the ground to somewhere up here. All right, so then I've reversed the car, and then I'll set it back down, and then it's gonna just hang, you know, from the system while I put it in. So I'm gonna be going up these dodgy stairs, all right, all the way to the roof, and then up there, and then I'm gonna set up my hoisting mechanism, my pulley system, and then once everything is done, I'm gonna reverse the car, and then I'm gonna park it here, and then I'm going to do the installation. All right, so let's get right to it, okay? So first things first, I'm gonna need to grab some bit of gear and then go up there and set up my rigging system. So I'm gonna need to set the camera down so that I can do that. All right, so now we're gonna go. So I've got all the gear that I need. So I'm just gonna go upstairs, and then I'm gonna set it up, and then I'll show you how I set it up. All right, since I don't have someone to help me with the camera, just gonna hopefully set it there. Hope that you guys will be able to see. So what I've got here is I've got a pulley system that I made. I will try and put a rough sketch of how I did this, but in essence, I'm gonna be using these pulleys as my anchor pulleys. So these are gonna go down. So my anchor is gonna be up here. All right, and then I'm gonna send the rope down. Then it's gonna come back up, and then it's gonna go into a flashback, and then go back down again, and then come back and go to a different pulley. And then that will give me a mechanical advantage that I need for this to work, so that it's easy for me to just do this by myself. So first things first, let's get some rope. All right. Okay. All right. So you gotta set up our anchor point. try to be as middle as possible. It also helps to know how to tie knots for this bit, because you're gonna need to do some bit of complicated knots. Okay, luckily I am very good at tying knots. So that's a bow line. All right, so that's gonna go down. So as it goes down, it's gonna go on one pulley, which is this one. All right, okay, I need to be smart about this. Okay, so that's the first pulley, right? And then it'll come back up and then go into a snap back, which I'm going to put over here. Okay, so that goes down and comes back up. It goes into here. And then comes back up, and then it goes into the second pulley. All right, so I think I need this to be on this side. Put the whole system on one side, I suppose. Okay, all right, so we will send this down. Okay, so I need that to go down and then back up. Down, and then it comes back up, and then hopefully this will make sense in a minute once I'm done setting this up. Okay, so that goes down, comes back up onto this one, then it goes back down again into one of these, and then it comes back up again, and then it goes on one of these. Different system altogether. Can this go in? Okay, all right, so I'm going to send these down, okay, so that it all starts making sense. Okay, and then the rest of this goes down. All right. Enough. Okay. Right. Now I'm gonna go down and show you how that's set up at the bottom. So now we've got, this is our setup. So now, in essence, if I pull this down, it should give me some bit of mechanical advantage. So I'll set this up now here so that you can see what's going on. Okay, all right. So this is what we've got. Okay, I might need to move these carabiners around. Okay. Perfect. Right, so this is our anchor point, right? And then we will make another anchor point down here. Okay, sorry, I don't have any cameraman to help me with this, so you're gonna have to bear with me. All right, as I do this all by myself. Okay, so now that we've got that, we will do if you've got a background in climbing, this actually helps. It makes a whole lot of sense if you've got a background in climbing. So I'm going to be using a gree-gree. All right, this is for climbing. So where the climber is, that's the rope that's going to go to, so right here where my climber is, that's the rope that's going to go back onto the pulley system, which is this one here. And then this is the rope I'm going to be using to pull. Okay, so the reason why I'm using a gree-gree is so that when I pull this system, all right, this can grab, so it bites and then it doesn't just go back on its own. All right, so now that we've got that, okay, so now this is our setup. Okay, so we've got the pulley system there, coming back down here to another pulley system, and then these carabiners, if you can see them, all right, they will be hooked onto the rooftop tent, and then they will act as the grabs. All right, and then that's my other anchor point, my second anchor point, where I will be doing all the pulling from. Okay, so in essence, if I bring that here and then hook it up, you should be able to see exactly what I mean. Right, so once I start pulling on that, that should give me the mechanical advantage that I need. Right, so I'm gonna show you now how that's gonna be working. All right, as you watch me do this, okay, I'm gonna show you just how easy. Okay. can be to hoist a whole rooftop tent by yourself. Okay. Right, so now because I need to put some hardware on this, okay, this is where my 4 barrels come into play. And I need to balance this on top of these 4 barrels. Right, so now if I release pressure here, this should come back down, but I want it to come back down, rest on these. Perfect. So now that's resting on that. What I'm going to show you now is what I want to do. I just want to quickly go underneath here, okay, and then put the hardware that goes onto this rail here before I bring it all the way up. Right, so I'm going to put some nuts and bolts under there. On the way, and move our rope, hydrate. It's always important to hydrate. Now for some reversing skills. Pretty much do. Right, now bring this down and see if it's in the right place. Okay. Stay in place. You see this. Bring this down a bit more. Right, now we just need to make a few minor adjustments where we bring it sideways and set it down. Right. Now, here comes a much trickier bit. Opening this tailgate and make sure this doesn't hit. Okay. So, oh yeah. Perfect. Right. So it's not touching. You can open fully. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right, so the roof rack is done, and as you can see, nice and secure. I can rock on it if I want to. Now I need to just take these down. All right, so this is now the completed product. I've gone on and put the awning as well. So now we've got the awning, and I use the same mechanical advantage to pull it up. So here's our final tent put up, and then I went on and also put the shower tent, might as well, right? And then went on as well and put the light bar. And so this is how we're looking so far. Hope you guys enjoy the video, and don't forget to subscribe, share, so that we can grow the channel together.